So this is the way it works. Really have a kiss. Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
Hey, now let's talk about your fitness regime and stuff like that, because you are in fabulous shape. You know, I mean, you know, we're roughly the same age. We don't need to give details out here.
Yes.
We're both in our late 20s.
Yes.
And you look fantastic.
Thanks.
Had 2 children.
Yep.
Wow. What a fantastic physique. But I know you work at it.
Yes, I do.
What are you doing? What's the regime?
I do yoga and Pilates. I ride my bike.
So how often?
Watch what I eat.
How often do you do the exercise?
Every day.
Every day?
Except I take 1 day off a week.
1 day off a week, okay.
Yeah.
What about if it was, like a bank holiday, which we have plenty of, and I'm sure you
I
enjoy
don't
it, now
take
you're
those
British.
off.
You don't take a bank, what about Christmas?
My body doesn't recognize bank holidays. Okay?
Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, no. Christmas Day, yeah, okay.
Okay. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day?
New Year's Eve, yes. New Year's Day, I have a hangover,
Okay.
so.
Oh, that's goodness.
Yeah.
No, but why would you not, would you feel like you were slipping if you took an extra day off, or?
Because you gotta keep working at it, It's the way it goes.
Yeah. But I mean, it must be sometimes, I would have thought, there must be mornings when you get up and you just don't fancy it.
You're right, I don't.
Okay. And so how do you motivate yourself then?
Because my trainer comes over and says, it's time.
Okay, so you have to do it then.
And I just feel, I know I have to pay him whether he works me out or not, so don't want to waste the money. So.
Look at that position there. Okay, that's the, these are... But look at that, that's remarkable. And obviously, you know what gentlemen are thinking when they see that photograph.
Gentlemen?
Does that, obviously you're supple, obviously you do that kind of
That's
stretching.
from yoga, I mean, I do that every day.
Does that hurt though, getting in that position?
No.
Can you do it with, can you put both legs behind your ears?
I can.
Bingo!
Dear.
What do? Do you do the downward facing dog move?
I do, yeah. That's part of the sun salutes. Do you do them?
I do the downward facing dog.
You want to show me?
Not particularly, but I could probably do that if I had to.
I'll pay you to.
How much will you, how much will you pay me to get in that position?
100 quid.
That's
bollocks.
That's bollocks. How did you read my mind that I was going to say bollocks? You do.
Because you're very predictable.
No.
But charming.
Well, thank you. Hey, do you swear in English now? We've noticed this. Okay, there's some swear words are common to America and
yeah,
England.
I do.
But some of them, like bollocks, is not. That's very much an English phrase, a British phrase, isn't
Piss
it?
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like using English swear words? You prefer them?
I think they're charming.
They're more colourful.
Yeah.
There are some words which the Americans don't use at all that we use with regularity.
Like?
The C word.
Yeah, God, I had to get used to that one.
Yeah. Because I know when Americans, if you say that in Americans,
it's really bad.
They want the smelling salts.
No, it's like really bad to say that, the C word.
In America?
Yeah.
And over here it's fairly commonplace, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's a
But you know, what has Guy taught you? What words has Guy taught you? Has he taught you how to swear in British?
He does, like, Cockney rhyming slang. The old mince pies and all that.
Hey, do you and Guy have pet names for each other?
He just calls me wife and the missus.
I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, I read somewhere a quote from you saying that you knew within 5 minutes of meeting him that he was the one for you.
Yep.
That's a really lovely sentiment. How did you know? What was the feeling?
I just felt all squishy inside.
That's so nice, isn't it?
Oh. I don't know, I just did. Some kind of electric volt went through me.
Wow. And did he know that you knew, do you think? Did he realise that you were reacting in that way? Because you were set up kind of, weren't you?
I think he probably even had similar feelings, but I think he was less ready to accept those feelings than me.
It must be, I suppose, you being Madonna, there must have been, a lot of guys who...
Yeah, I think he maybe, that part of me he was a bit wary of, the famous part, the, celebrity part.
Yeah. It speaks very well of him, I think. He must be a very strong sort of personality, very strong with himself, and don't take this wrong way, to take you on. Insofar as, well, because you're being you.
He's a tough cookie. Yeah,
and you've got a past where I know you found him, he was the one, but you seem to have searched quite thoroughly before you found that one, if you don't mind me saying that. But no, I'm happy for you. You had a full life in that respect.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. And he's had a few as well, I'm sure. I'm not,
Yes, he has.
Do you ever talk about exes? Do you ever get jealous about each other's exes?
Sure. I'm human like everyone else. Yeah.
And out of the two of you, who do you think is the most jealous?
Probably me. Truthfully.
Yeah. And how do you show that to him? I mean, how does he deal with that?
I try not to show it, to tell you the truth. It's not very attractive, is it?
Well, it's not, but you know, sometimes I think if you don't share those things, then the other person doesn't know. Doesn't know they're bothered by it.
Yeah.
You know,
Usually I hold a gun to his head. And I say, if you ever look at that woman again, I'll use this thing.
But once again, I think people will be surprised to hear you saying this until you bring this, because you know, once again, I know this sounds ridiculous, but you're Madonna.
Well, maybe he gets jealous too, but he doesn't he doesn't show it very often.
And would you like him to show his jealousy?
I would indeed. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can talk to him after.
Bingo.
But he kind of wears the trousers in the relationship, doesn't he?
No.
Doesn't he? I get the feeling. Yeah.
No, I mean it's equal trouser wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a bloke.
Yeah, he's a man. That's what I think you liked about him.
Yeah, I do. I like that.
Yeah. Do you wear much?
Who?
Do you? It's an impediment. I can't help it. I keep hoping I'm going to get a parking sticker for it, but I won't have it. Do you argue much?
We used to fight a lot in the beginning, but we don't anymore.
Arguing is a terrible. Everyone does it. Everyone in a relationship does it. It's boring. It's horrible.
And we always argue about stupid crap. I mean, it's always about nothing.
Do you find it as often you're arguing what you're arguing about ostensibly isn't really what's making you cross with each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's terrible, isn't it? And how do you resolve? Who's the peacemaker between the two of you? I mean, are you good at saying sorry, or does he offer the kind of?
I think we're both getting better. We used to both be really crap at it, and I'd go to the corner, and he would go to his corner. We wouldn't speak to each other, but now we're learning to be more forgiving and grown up and say we're sorry. In fact, we have a little contest. We try to beat each other to the punch.
Yeah.
Like even when we know we haven't done it the wrong thing, we say we're sorry because we know that we become superior when we do that.
You've then got the upper hand.
Exactly.
That's great when because it's like playing chess, isn't it? If you can think a couple of moves ahead, you can normally get to the best position.
It's very good. It's like quite a powerful move to say, I'm sorry, it was my fault. It actually just stops everything. Even if it wasn't your fault, it's a good thing to get into the habit of.
Yeah.
You should try it sometime.
Well, you know, we have got better, my wife and I. We do row quite a lot. Not so much as we used to either. I mean, it's quite simple.
She's got red hair, doesn't she?
She's got bright red hair.
Yeah, and people with red hair, they have really bad tempers.
But it's dyed red hair. It's like that colour red. And you see up there in the audience, see how red it is? Look, it's a kind of.
Hi.
It's a very natural red. Jane, it's Madonna Jane. I think we might be up for some swinging.
How do you put up with this nonsense?
She ignores me. We've just about run out of time, you know.
Why?
Because they want.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I've got to go.
You've got to go, and they're doing a Paul Daniels special here in the studio. So,
who's that?
I've so enjoyed meeting. You know what? When I met you 10 years ago, I was really nervous meeting you.
I was nervous too.
Well, I didn't realise that, but you know, you seem to have changed. You seem a lot happier. You seem more comfortable. You just seem more relaxed with everything, and I hope that is the case. I hope
it's the case.
That's really nice. I'm hoping that we won't leave it another 10 years before you'll let me talk to you again.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for
You're
coming
very
on the show.
welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Madonna. And Madonna's going to treat us now. We're not going to leave on that. We're going to have one final bit of music. Madonna's going to treat us to an old track right now. You're going to surprise us with this, I guess.
An oldie but goodie.
An oldie. Well, they're all oldies but goodies, aren't they?
I'd like to think that.
Yes, they are. Ladies and gentlemen, singing live for you one more time. It's Madonna.